Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving headfirst into one of the biggest changes happening in the workplace right now, AI-powered automation. And look, this isn't just another tech buzzword. It's completely rewriting the rules of how work gets done. So let's break down what that really means.
Okay, so let's just get right to it, shall we? The big question that's probably on your mind. You see all the headlines, you hear the chatter, and it's impossible not to wonder, are these super smart robots actually coming for our jobs?
But what if that's the wrong way to look at it entirely? What if this isn't about replacing people, but about giving us all a massive upgrade? A chance to finally hand off all those repetitive, mind-numbing tasks that kill our creativity. Now that is the real story we're going to dig into.
To really get a handle on where we're going, we first have to understand how we even got here. This didn't just happen overnight. This has been an evolution, and it all started with a problem that I think we can all relate to.
Just think about your own workday. You know what I'm talking about. Copying and pasting data from a spreadsheet to some other system, filling out the same 3 forms 100 times a day, processing invoices. It's the kind of stuff that has to get done, but man, is it tedious. And it's where we humans tend to make little mistakes. This is exactly where the first wave of automation kicked in.
So the first answer to this problem was something called robotic process automation, or RPA. The best way to think of these are as simple software bots that are just fantastic at copying human clicks and keystrokes. You give them a perfectly clean spreadsheet and a set of crystal clear rules, and they'll work around the clock, no complaints. But, and this is a big but, they were fragile. The second an invoice showed up in a slightly different format or a website button moved, the whole thing would just break. They couldn't think, they could only do.
And this slide right here, this shows you the gigantic leap we've taken. On the left, you've got that old school RPA, totally rigid, follows fixed rules, and needs perfectly structured data. But on the right, you have intelligent automation, and it's powered by AI. Instead of just following a script, it actually learns and adapts. It can handle any kind of data. It can read the messy text in a customer email or understand a scanned receipt. And this is the critical part. It can make smart, informed decisions when things don't go exactly as planned.
So what's the secret sauce? What exactly gives these new bots their intelligence? Well, let's pop the hood for a minute and take a look at the core AI technologies that are making it all happen.
First up is natural language processing, or NLP. This is the magic that gives a bot the ability to actually read and comprehend human language. So when an email from a frustrated customer comes in saying, "Hey, where's my stuff? My shipment is late," NLP can understand the negative tone, pinpoint the actual problem, a late shipment, and automatically escalate it. It's not just seeing words, it's understanding the meaning behind them.
Next, you've got machine learning. If NLP lets the bot read, machine learning is the brain that lets it learn from experience. So for example, a system processing invoices isn't just moving data around. It's analyzing thousands and thousands of them, learning to spot the tiny, almost invisible patterns that might signal fraud, patterns a human would almost certainly miss. And the incredible part is, the more data it sees, the smarter and more accurate it gets.
And finally, we have computer vision. This technology basically gives the system a pair of eyes. It's what allows a bot to look at a scanned photo of a crumpled receipt, find the vendor's name, the total amount, and the date, and pull that information out cleanly. It literally turns a picture into useful, structured data that can kick off an entire automated workflow.
All right, so the tech is obviously super impressive. But what does it actually do, in the real world? Let's take a look at how this whole revolution is actually playing out across different industries as we speak.
Honestly, the impact is showing up everywhere. In finance, AI is stopping fraud in real time, not just catching it after the fact. Over in healthcare, it's tackling that mountain of paperwork for insurance claims, freeing up staff to actually focus on patient care. And in HR, it's sifting through thousands of resumes to find the best candidates in minutes, saving recruiters a truly staggering amount of time. Now check out this number, because it's one of the biggest benefits. Humans, when we do repetitive tasks, we naturally make mistakes. It happens. The error rate is usually somewhere between 1 and 5%. But a well-trained automated system, it can hit over 99% accuracy. In a field like finance, where one wrong decimal point can be a catastrophe, that isn't just an improvement, that's a total game changer.
And of course, that incredible accuracy translates directly to the bottom line. By automating those high-volume manual tasks, companies are slashing their processing costs. We're talking about 25, even up to 50%. That's a huge amount of money that can be put back into growing the business, innovating, and investing in their people. And this brings us to what might be the most important point of all. This isn't just about saving money or being more efficient, it's about changing the very nature of our jobs. By letting the bots handle the robotic work, it frees us, the humans, to do what we do best: think critically, be creative, and solve the really tough, complex problems. It makes our work more human, not less.
Okay, now let's be real for a second. Making this kind of change isn't as easy as just flipping a switch. Like any massive technological shift, there are definitely some real hurdles to clear, and it's important we talk about them.
You see, a successful rollout has to be about way more than just the tech. It has to start with people, addressing their fears, redesigning workflows, and retraining them for these new, more valuable roles. Then you have the technical headache of trying to plug these shiny new AI tools into the old, clunky systems that most companies are still running on. And of course, it all comes down to data. Because as they say, garbage in, garbage out. And AI learning from bad data will just make bad decisions only much faster.
So with all that said, where is this all going? Because this technology is moving at a breakneck speed. Let's take a quick peek at what the future of intelligent automation has in store.
The next big thing is something called hyper-automation. We're moving beyond just automating one little task to automating entire business processes from start to finish. We're also seeing the rise of low-code and no-code platforms, which is huge. It means regular business people, not just developers, can start building their own automations. And looking even further down the road, you have emotional AI, which promises systems that can actually understand the feeling and nuance in a customer's voice, which could completely change customer service.
And this quote just nails it. At this point, embracing this technology is becoming less of a choice and more of a necessity to stay competitive. The real question for businesses today isn't if they're going to do this, but how quickly and how effectively they can make it happen.
So, I'll leave you with this one final thought. Take a minute and think about your own daily work. All that copy-pasting, the report pulling, the data entry. What part of your job is just screaming out for an intelligent automation upgrade? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me.